The Steet Ponte Auto Group in Yorkville and Herkimer and Turnbull Insurance Service since 1866 present Mohawk Valley Living, exploring the arts, culture, and heritage of our region. Pick up the new November issue of Mohawk Valley Living magazine today at our nearly 200 mom-and-pop advertiser locations. Find the complete list on our website, mohawkvalleyliving.com, where you can download and read the magazine online, also on Facebook. Many of the local restaurants are just getting up and running for the busy tourist season ahead. But Tony Harper's Pizza and Clam Shack is open year-round and is a popular place with the locals. Their new chef, Leon Leger, enjoys working for his Old Forge relatives and getting to know the locals.
I absolutely love it. Every day there's something to do. Everything's fun. All the people are nice. It's a small town, but so many people from around the world show up here, so it's always cool people to meet, always something awesome to do, always good food.
Here I am, 72 years old, and today I had my very first bison burger. I wish I'd known about these years ago. They're fantastic. Come up here, try one. For us locals, this is a good time to come up here because the tourists have yet to arrive.
Ironically, after enjoying a hearty lunch, we head to the Starving Artist Gallery across the street. The shop opened in 2010 and is a collective of local artists featuring beautiful pieces of handcrafted pottery, jewelry, Native American gourds, and many other unusual and creative gift items, all from local artisans. Open daily right on Main Street in Old Forge.
To see what we can see, traveling round the Mohawk Valley.
We begin our journey home, but make a stop in Remsen to visit one of the first artists we featured on the show back in 2005. Martha Deming is still as busy as ever in the art community. Her love of flowers and the outdoors is still a source of inspiration for her artwork.
When the garden is in bloom, there's so many flowers, and I make a lot of drawings and take a lot of reference photographs. And then I have them all winter to work with. So, painting outdoors, you have full spectrum light, natural light, which changes rapidly through the day, which affects how quickly you need to work to get an image down on paper. From photographs do not, even digital photographs, do not get the nuances of color that you get in real life. Whether it's life painting in a studio or painting outdoors, there's just so much more to see and color nuances and subtleties to appreciate. And just because I love to do it. It's fun. It's fun, basically, that's it. It's nice if I sell a painting once in a while, but fortunately, I don't have to paint to eat. Otherwise, I'd starve. But it's mainly just the enjoyment of painting that keeps me at it. And the challenge, there's always something you're not sure how to do. So when every painting I do, you try to pick something that you're not quite sure how you're going to do it, and you have to figure it out as you go along. And it's the challenge that keeps you going. If there's no challenge, it's boring, and why bother, you know? You need challenge to struggle with.
You can see Martha Deming's work in the Central Adirondack Art Show currently at view in Old Forge and in their upcoming pastel and watercolor exhibits. She is also online at meadowtopart.com and on Facebook. The Steet Ponte Auto Group is proud to bring Mohawk Valley Living to you each week, serving the Utica area and the Valley with outstanding customer service. In Yorkville at Steet Ponte Ford Lincoln Mazda, Steet Ponte Volkswagen, and Steet Toyota Scion. And in Herkimer at Steet Ponte Chevrolet. Stop in and see why it's so easy to do business with Steet Ponte. You go the extra mile for your small business and should expect the same from your insurance company. For over 140 years, Turnbull Insurance Service has been committed to local small business. For your commercial coverage, turn to the company ready to go that extra mile. Turn to Turnbull.
I love Mohawk Valley Living.
I love Mohawk Valley Living.
I love Mohawk Valley Living.
I absolutely love Mohawk Valley Living.
I love Mohawk Valley Living.
Mark your calendars for the 7th annual Christmas in Little Falls, Saturday, December 13th. Enjoy a good old-fashioned Christmas with live music, carriage rides, and free family events. There is shopping and an indoor farmers market and artisans fair, Saturday, December 13th in Little Falls.
Now through December 31st, visit Cooperstown and the Fenimore Art Museum's new exhibition, Dorothea Lange's America. Explore Lange's intriguing Depression-era photographic images of migrant workers, suffering families, and tortured landscapes.
For more information, visit FenimoreArtMuseum.org.
The Fenimore Art Museum, overlooking Otsego Lake in Cooperstown. Great American art in a beautiful setting.
Melrose Supermarket is your family hometown market, known for their choice hand-cut meats, homemade breads, and fresh pastas and salads. Check out the weekly specials at Melrose Supermarket, East Main Street in Frankfort. Design it your way at Adirondack Furniture. Whether you're looking for furniture for your bedroom, living room, or dining room, you get to choose your style, wood type, finish, fabric, and hardware. American Made gives you the freedom of choice. Shop Adirondack Furniture for the best quality and price for solid wood furniture made in the USA. Ask about 0% financing and free delivery. Adirondack Furniture, Riverside Center, North Utica, and online at AdirondackHomeFurniture.com. Experience the magic of Candlelight Evening, a special event at the Farmers Museum. Take part in caroling, enjoy complimentary wassail warmed over open fire, and tour the grounds by horse-drawn wagon. An unforgettable tradition, sure to put your family in the holiday spirit. Saturday, December 13th from 3 to 7 at the Farmers Museum in Cooperstown.
Wow. Laying back in the summer sun, sipping an ice cold glass of lemonade.
We travel along glimmering Otsego Lake and meet up with members of the Otsego Sailing Club and their young sailing students. The club traces its roots back to 1961 when a few families sailed together and decided to organize a club to encourage recreational and competitive sailing. Today, the club also includes a sailing school.
In the early 90s, we added a program for kids that were, say 10 to 16, and for adults, we started one at night. And this year, we just added a program for kids 6 to 12. And one of the things in our mission statement is that we will do things to promote sailing. And we figured that we've done it for most of the age groups, but we haven't done anything for the young generation between 6 and 10. And the opportunity presented itself, and the two people running the program or working in the program, Josie and Connie, are excellent at what they do, and they have just staffed this program, and it's been really a great experience to see these kids learn how to sail this summer. This club consists of a unique group of people that have formed a very strong sailing community. We have about 90 memberships. I don't know how many people that represents, but almost everybody in the club gets on a boat at least 3 or 4 or 5 times a year. We have a very strong racing program. We race every Saturday and Sunday from the middle of May to the end of September, and we have a strong cruising program. And I think the community was ready to start with younger kids, and it was a group that we hadn't been able to reach before. And I will tell you, they are an amazing group. It was very, very pleasantly surprised to see how well they could handle the boats. It's a lifelong activity. It's a lifelong skill. You're outside, you're on the water, you're dealing with the wind. It's a phenomenal experience. It's working with nature. You can't control the wind, but you can moderate it. You can use the wind to help you get where you want to go. It's a very enjoyable sport.
To learn more about the Otsego Sailing Club membership and their sailing school, visit otsegosailingclub.com. You will also find information about weekend racing open to all, as well as cruising information and the Glimmerglass Regatta September 13th and 14th.
Of that tree, let's stay this way forever. Let's stay this age forever. Hold my hand, here we stand, with our toes in the sand. I kiss you.
We head back up Route 80, west on Route 20, and travel about 2 miles to Tunnicliffe Creamery. We've stopped in here before for their homemade ice cream, but today we're treated to their homemade chili and their healthy applewood smoked turkey sandwich. The chili is amazing, and we're big fans of good chili. People come from miles around for their ultra creamy homemade hard ice cream. Richard goes for maple walnut, a favorite of a young lady outside as well. Ivan Fassett should be considering retiring, but he's still coming up with new projects. Opening by August 1st is a new addition with farm fresh produce like his homemade tomatoes and fresh baked goods as well as Stolfus dairy products.
Stories it would tell.
The Kirkland Art Center in Clinton presents Local Arts. To brighten up this gray time of year, we visit the home studio of Tracy Lippett and her dyewear in Fly Creek. Her basement is filled with an inventory of socks, shirts, scarves, and other wearables, and a kaleidoscope of dyes and paints she uses to transform them into colorful works of art.
Well, I've always been interested in textiles. When I went to school as a college student, I studied costume and textile design, and the real fundamentals of doing real dyeing happened there. I like to do work that I can spread easily to a lot of people. So right now I'm doing cotton wear for children and adults, people of all ages actually. So I work on cotton wearables right now, and I am doing a little bit of surface design on fabrics that I sew into either simple garments or scarves. The process is not one that is super complicated, but it does take a little bit of research and practice in that you want to keep your dyes very colored fast. And so I use powdered dyes. I have individual recipes for my color. I start with, everything that I start with is white, and I can layer things up, or sometimes I will do a base color and then add my own fabric sewn on the top like an applique. So there's various types of techniques I do use. I think some of it, when you're doing, especially shibori is a Japanese word for tie-dye or resist dye. And when you do that, you don't always know what is going to happen when you unfold or untie the piece you're dyeing. It's like opening a little gift, and that is really fun and can be a big surprise. And then it can be a disappointment too if the colors don't work out, but it's really, that's just one of those simple pleasures, I guess.
You can find Tracy Lippett's dyewear at the Cooperstown Farmers Market during the Winter Carnival this weekend, at the Cooperstown Art Association at the library, and at the Village Crossing on West Park Row in Clinton. When planning your family's future, turn to the principles of the past. Turn to Turnbull. Turnbull Insurance Service is an independent agency representing the most dependable companies for all your insurance needs, as well as complete financial planning and wealth management. Call today for a free assessment. Enjoy a free evening of jazz with the Hamilton College Jazz Ensemble, Tuesday, December 9th at 7:30 p.m. And reserve your tickets now for the Nutcracker with Utica Dance, featuring live musical accompaniment by the Hamilton College Orchestra, Saturday and Sunday, December 13th and 14th at 7:30 p.m. Utica Dance will also feature 2 matinee performances at 2 p.m. Call 859-4331 to reserve your tickets for the Nutcracker at the Wellen Hall Schambach Center for Music and the Performing Arts at Hamilton College in Clinton.
Hi, Dr. Tom.
Bringing your cat to the Paris Hill Cat Hospital on Sundays is a part of Mohawk Valley Living. Come inside and see why.
Paris Hill Cat Hospital, this is Lindsay. How can I help you? Hello, Mrs. Cole. Your cat is losing weight and you need an appointment? And you're only available on weekends. Sure, I have an available appointment with Dr. Karen Sunday at 2 p.m. Does that fit into your schedule? Okay.
We're open 7 days a week because we know that your cat can become ill anytime. The Paris Hill Cat Hospital, quality care for your cats and kittens.
Paca Gardens has the largest selection of the finest alpaca clothing and products in central New York. The store has doubled in size and features hundreds of sweaters for men, women, and children starting at just $39.95. There are also dozens of styles of soft alpaca socks in a rainbow of colors, including therapeutic socks to aid circulation. There are also warm hats, mittens, and scarves. Paca Gardens offers layaway and gift certificates and is open 7 days a week through Christmas at 27 West Main Street in Little Falls. Fall fashion begins at the Village Crossing. Shop for the latest in women's attire, jewelry, shoes, and handbags designed to delight. The Village Crossing on the Village Green in Clinton.
I, R.A. Dudrak, the Window King, invite you to visit our showroom in Holland Patent, or we'll come to your home by appointment. We've been installing replacement windows for over 45 years. Keep your palace cool in the summer and warm in the winter by adding new windows. Many styles and selections to choose from. Bay, bow, garden, and double hung, single hung, and slider windows. The Window King also introduces color replacement windows. So take a short drive to R.A. Dudrak, Holland Patent, and tell them the Window King sent you.
Expecting company? Just call Deansboro Superette. They prepare delicious Middle Eastern platters for any number of guests. Call 841-4377.
I'm gonna watch the sunset in the desert. Be the prettiest I live.
Special thanks to Turnbull Insurance Service and Mark and Jim Turnbull. Their continued support makes the show possible. We're traveling around the Richfield Springs area today and heading south on scenic Route 28. A new bright red building has recently sprung up, the new home of Jeff's handcrafted Amish furniture. Owner Jeff Seraphin says there's a growing demand for long-lasting, better quality furniture. Check out his new location about 4 miles north of Richfield Springs on Route 28. Open every day.
So honey, don't look for me in the morning. Don't cry my name out.
We continue along Route 28 to Richfield Springs and left on Route 20. Tucked away on East James Street is a modest little woodworking shop. Around 30 years ago, the owner of the shop, Nikita Grigoriev, was issued a patent for the first futon convertible sofa bed. Today, he and his wife Joanne manufacture a much improved design of smart futons, convertible furnishings for indoors and outdoors. What started as a hobby has turned into a business and a mission to build durable furniture that won't end up in landfills.
It was a hobby, it was an idea. I wanted to design my own bed. I thought that would be really neat instead of going to a store and buying something. And I wanted something really unique. So I got a chainsaw and I got some big 12 by 12 logs and I cut out a very rustic bed with the chainsaw, and then I polished the blocks and I made a big beautiful bed out of it, and that's where I slept in. And some people really liked it so much that they asked me to make a bed for them, and then I made another bed that was really different. It was hanging on ropes, swinging like a platform, almost like a treehouse bed, and they really liked that. So I took some photographs, I showed it to a store, and they said the store happened to be one of the first futon stores in the world, and this was like in 82, 81, and they said, what we really need is some kind of a frame that can hold a heavy cotton mattress, and that can fold it in and out, that can be easy to operate, that preferably have storage in it, not cost too much, be practical. If you can bring us something like that, would be very interesting, because we've been trying to do something like that and we haven't been able to. So I went home that same day. I shut myself up in a room and I sat on the floor in the corner and I sketched out the first basically mechanism of a frame that would do just that. And that's what eventually got the first patent on futons and started that whole industry. Now, I'm not the only one who was designing them. There were a couple of other fellows. Bill Brower was designing them in Boston, and Ron Massey in Montreal. But we didn't know of each other, and I'm the one who actually applied for a patent and got a patent on the first futon frame. But so what we did was actually raise the mattress off the floor and make it into what we would call a couch or a bed, basically furniture. And it grew from there. And as other people started making them as well, it became, after a few years, it became very popular, and that's when the market started growing, and many entrepreneurs with money to invest started manufacturing them overseas. And they actually started bringing the price way down. It became a price war. And it became a cheap commodity. Instead of quality handmade furniture, we used only like cherry and maple and finished them beautifully and with designs on them. And they were, a lot of people still have our original, very original futons. They're like museum pieces now.
But they got a bad rap.
Well, because they started manufacturing them overseas and trying to make them cheap and trying to bring the price down. And so that brought the quality down. It was a race to the bottom that I didn't want to win, so I got out of that and let the overseas manufacturers actually take that market down the drain, literally. And so futons eventually became a cheap, disposable commodity, which we wanted to disassociate ourselves from that name. Even though we have the first patent on it, now we make what we call convertible furnishings for indoors and outdoors. And there's still, it's a whole new patent, whole new design. It's much better than anybody else's. And we still make them by hand with tremendous attention to quality.
To learn more about Nikita Convertible Furniture, visit their website, justleanback.com. See videos of the furniture in action and all the styles, wood finishes, and fabrics available. You can also visit Joanne and try out the furniture for yourself at the Clinton Farmers Market on Thursdays. While in Richfield Springs, we travel Route 28 on the other side of Route 20 to visit Din Cider Mill. Owned by the Din family since 1929, the place is hopping busy during the apple cider season when they're pressing apples. Even in the summer months, you can shop for cider and homemade treats in their gift shop. They serve breakfast today and every Sunday, and Wednesdays are spaghetti lasagna dinner nights. Back on Route 20, we visit a blast from the past, the Petrified Creatures Museum of Natural History. It is much the same as it was during the 1950s, when Route 20 was America's thoroughfare dotted with roadside attractions.
Graduate geologist and paleontologist of the Universities of Colgate and Indiana, to describe to you some of our findings here at the exhibit. Before describing the exhibits in the shelter, let me take a moment to tell you
Stop in and check out their gift shop filled with kitschy souvenirs and fossils, or dig for your own in their fossil dig. Open daily 10 to 5 on Route 20, 5 miles east of Richfield Springs.
To see what we can see, traveling round the Mohawk Valley. Let's see what we can.
Make the Clinton Shoppers Stroll part of your family tradition. The village is decorated with thousands of white lights. Music and the aroma of roasting chestnuts fill the air, and shopkeepers invite you in for holiday treats. The Clinton Shoppers Stroll, all day the Friday and Saturday after Thanksgiving. The Steet Ponte Auto Group is proud to bring Mohawk Valley Living to you each week, serving the Utica area and the Valley with outstanding customer service. In Yorkville at Steet Ponte Ford Lincoln Mazda, Steet Ponte Volkswagen, and Steet Toyota Scion. And in Herkimer at Steet Ponte Chevrolet. Stop in and see why it's so easy to do business with Steet Ponte.
Welcome to the Little Falls Antique Center in the shops at 25 West. Come on in and browse thousands of unique items that change on a daily basis. Shop for yourself or for someone else. We're open every day from 10 to 5. We look forward to your visit here at historic Canal Place in Little Falls.
Call Yannick Excavating for all your residential and commercial projects, from new construction and land clearing to septic systems, driveways, basements, ponds, and topsoil. Visit YannickExcavating.com. Meelan's Market is your holiday meat headquarters, featuring low-salt, low-fat smoked ham and store-made kielbasa. Try their famous crown roast of pork or prime rib, and be sure to pre-order your fresh seafood and shrimp platters. Meelan's Market at the Four Corners in Clark Mills. Tom's Natural Foods is your connection to local farms for natural and organic fruits and vegetables, meats, eggs, cheeses, and other milk products. At Tom's Natural Foods in Clinton, naturally.
The people you know, the rock you love, and more songs per hour. 92.7 FM, The Drive, Central New York's locally owned independent rock station.
There was music in the air. There was music all around me. There was music everywhere. And I heard music everywhere.
The Herkimer ARC provides services and is a resource for people with disabilities. They operate Herkimer Industries on 4th Avenue, providing package and product design and manufacturing. They recently renovated and expanded into a historic building on East German Street, where they are currently packaging products and manufacturing boxes for local businesses.
This is our business park. It's 120,000 square feet. It was built in the late 1890s. We acquired it in November of '09. And about a year and a half ago, we got very serious about refurbishing it, and we're looking to develop more business manufacturing opportunities in one wing of it. And on the other wing, we're looking for commercial leasing, real estate, offices, and things of that nature. Well, the Herkimer ARC employs people with disabilities and other barriers to employment. We actually serve about 700 people a day with about 400 staff that provide those services. And in our work component, which is Herkimer Industries and the business park that we're in right now, we serve about 150 people in actual job site and actual job opportunities. Well, we have a number of state contracts. We do a lot of we have a lot of contracts with the New York State Police, environmental conservation, park police. We do a lot of their uniforms. We have a number of other sewing contracts that we're involved with, both on the state and the federal level. In this particular business park, we're doing work for packaging tissue for Wegmans. We have a large box manufacturing contract for Remington Arms. And we're looking for a variety of different operations to be able to employ our people in real life activities and skills. You know, I think just like anything else, work is a great form of rehabilitation. It gives you focus, it gives you meaning, it gives you purpose. And I think these opportunities that we provide for the folks that we support allow them to move forward in their lives and live more enriched lives. And that's what we all look for.
This building was built in the late 1890s. It is so good to see buildings like this not just being used to store things, but being used to employ people and to employ them meaningfully. This place is just buzzing, and it's a good feeling.
You can support the work of the Herkimer ARC by shopping or donating at the Goodwill store at the Herkimer Commons Mall on Albany Street.
Chi Chi Raposo